In this video, I want to talk about one of the most important bags you need to own. You actually need to have two. One is a standard banana bag that's about 80 to 100 pounds, and the second bag you need to have is this one right here, which is a body snatcher or a wrecking ball bag. This bag I've had probably for about 7 or 8 years now. I think I bought it in 2015. And it is, as you can see, it's still in great shape. And I use it, actually I use this one more so than the banana standard bag because I've been just focused on boxing more than on kickboxing. And so I've been using this bag a lot more than the standard bag. So this is a great bag that you should have. There's another bag that I've been looking at that once this one goes out, I'll probably buy that one if this one is no longer available. But this bag you can still get, but it sometimes becomes unavailable. So you have to kind of look around until it becomes available if you want to get the same one. But there is another similar bag that I've been looking at, I'll probably get. So the reason this bag is so good, it allows you to work not just straight punches, it allows you to work hooks, uppercuts, and any other angle shots that are almost impossible to work on a standard long bag. With this bag, you can really work your lead uppercuts, rear uppercuts, different angled hooks, and kind of dig everything you can and just work them at their full capacity, at their full angle. You cannot do this on a standard bag. You can just throw hooks, just a left hook to the head, left hook to the body, same with the rear hook. But when you want to work angle shots, uppercuts, any angle shots, kind of weird looping hooks or overhand rights, you can still do that on the standard bag, but a lot of those angled hooks, variation of uppercuts, forget about it. So this is why this bag is so good for working something that is often overlooked in fighting. It's those uppercuts and those hooks that you can really dig to the body and just work them to their full capacity, to their full power. So this is a great bag that to work those punches that you cannot do on the other bag. Also, this is about 60 to 65 pounds, so it's heavy enough to where it doesn't swing a lot, but it does move a little bit after your punches. So it does give you also a little bit of ability to, work in your movement, your footwork in and out, because the bag does swing back and forth, but not so much where you're just punching and then you're waiting for the bag to come back to kind of hit again. That's what you want to avoid. So you want to get a bag, a similar bag with this one that's at least 60 pounds, 65. There's a few ones I believe that go up to 75 pounds. Now, another thing I don't do in order to make this bag last longer is I don't leave it up. Since I train outside for all of my training, I do not leave it outside just hanging in the sun and in the rain. I put it up, then I take it down every time. That has helped to make this bag last longer. There are a few things with it that I can see that I'm gonna need a replacement soon. The first thing that is gonna go is these straps. These kind of canvas straps that are on the side right here. I can already see they are showing age, and eventually a couple of them are really becoming really bad. So eventually they're going to snap, tear, and they're going to no longer be usable. This bag is going to go out soon. I'll probably have another maybe year or two, but the canvas itself, the stitching on the sides, on the bottom, everything is holding up so well. I am extremely impressed with the durability of this bag overall. Usually the bags that I've owned before, especially the banana bags, the canvas ones, or even just they're kind of like the fake leather ones, they really begin to break apart in the center, like towards the end, like at a torso level, and the bottom begins to collapse. So those bags usually go out way faster than this one. So for those bags, I have to replace them a lot more often, especially when I use them before with more frequency. But this one, I mean, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed how long this lasted. There are a few downsides on working this bag, and this is why you should have the other bag as well. Leg kicks. You cannot incorporate leg kicks other than just kind of faking your leg kicks and then going to the head and to the body on this bag. So I can't do that. Also, the knees, throwing knees is a little bit harder. You can still throw knees right here, and I often do. And it's kind of hard to hook like you would, when you hook a person, when you clinch them up and you pull them down. It's a little easier to do it on a standard banana bag. Here, I kind of have to grab, and I have to really bring my knee up. So a little harder to throw knees versus the other bag. You can really dig your knees, especially to the side, angled or straight. So knees are a little harder to throw. Of course, you can still throw kicks, and I often do to the head. So that's fine, that's completely fine. Also, another advantage is working elbows. So you have your standard regular elbows, but then you have your elbows that you can throw at angles. A little bit more difficult to do on the standard banana bag, but here I can really use my head movement, dig, get angles, and just dig my elbows at so many different angles, and that will help you in fighting, because if all you do is train on a standard banana bag, there are many shots you cannot throw, and if you don't train them, you won't be able to throw them. It's just not something that your mind and your body will connect. But when you train them and you get those angles, when you actually spar and you're fighting, your mind and your brain and your body will remember you throwing them on the bag, and you'll begin to throw them in sparring and in fighting, because now you actually trained your muscle memory to execute those uppercuts, those angles, and then your elbows when you're fighting. You'll be able to actually throw them. And I believe this is why in most cases fighters don't utilize their elbows enough, or those angled uppercut shots, is because they don't drill them enough. And they don't work utilizing this bag or on the pads. They just tend to they stick with what they train. And that's what you execute in sparring and fighting. But if you begin to incorporate a lot more of these angles and working this bag, working on pads, and working those difficult shots that usually people don't do, you'll be able to execute them in fighting, because your mind, your body will have that connection, and you'll just throw them naturally. So in the end, this is one of the two bags you absolutely need to own. The first one being the standard banana bag, second one being this Wrecking Ball body snatcher bag. You need to alternate between the two, focus on specific movements, and depending on what you are training, what the combination you're executing, what type of technique that you're drilling, you just swap out the bag that's the best for that technique and for that combo. So get one of these bags for yourself. I recommend the Ringside because I've had it for so long, and I would buy it again. But this specific bag it goes on market and it becomes unavailable. So you'll be able to get it if you catch it at the right time when it's available. If not, there is a great bag that I'm looking at. Now, when this goes out, I'll probably, if this one is not available, I'll probably get the other one. So if you want to get those links, you can check out the blog post, the full blog post with all the text and the breakdown, and in addition to this video, so you can get the links directly to the bags that I was talking about. So this body snatcher bag, or the Wrecking Ball bag, is a great bag to own, so you can begin to drill those difficult shots that most do not practice.